toasting bread. Why I said that so weird. I'm toasting bread, and while I wait for it to toast, I'm gonna eat these. They're literally so good. I'm not kidding when I say they're so good. Have a bite. Right, they're so freaking good. Butter cakes. You know the drill. On the vents, I want to hang some keychains. I'm gonna figure out how to make it happen. I think it'll be easy. I just hope that, I'm debating if do I want them to clink together, because that would be nice, but at the same time, if I wake up in the middle of the night and I hear that clinking, I'm going to get terrified. But I don't think I want them clinking, because that might lead to them looking cluttered. So I'm gonna figure it out as I go. But I really do want to hang keychains up there, like the ones I make. So this type of situation, hold on. Like these phone charm-esque keychains. This is my dad's shirt, and actually all of my shirts with the collars are my dad's. And he just decided he didn't want them, or my mom was doing a closet clean out and was like, he does not wear this anymore. This is not going to fit in anymore. He doesn't like it. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, I've amassed quite a few, and I really like them. And the thing is, this one doesn't look the best on me in certain lightings. I think the hyperpigmentation, it brings out the hyperpigmentation in my face, especially when I'm facing the sun or something in certain lightings. But I really can't bring myself to part with it. I can't, because I love it so much, and it's really, really comfortable. And I'm like, my dad trusted me with this, even though he really doesn't give a gaff probably. It's really comfortable and nice. And I like layering them with sweaters this way. Easy. Duh, it looks so cool. I love it. I love it. Oh, we're looking rumpled. Okay. I don't know, I just wanted to talk about that. Doing some doodling because a wave of inspiration hit me. And I just did something that ruined it completely. I was genuinely debating ripping this page out and hanging it up on my wall because I liked it so much, but I kind of ruined it. Good night. It's raining outside and it looks really nice. And also, I don't feel well. Last night going to sleep, my throat was all itchy and scratchy, and I woke up with a stuffy nose, which is always an experience. I'm going back to bed. I haven't been super good about reading, actually. I'm still reading A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and it's really frustrating being in a reading slump, especially while trying to reread a book I know I've enjoyed and I know I'm going to enjoy again, and I know I'm enjoying while I'm reading it, but for some reason I just can't bring myself to pick it up as often as I want to. It's a really, really slow process right now. Going slow and steady. It's just frustrating. Okay. Other than A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, the other books I want to read are The Song of Achilles. I really enjoyed this book. I read it a couple of times, I think twice. I've kept sticky notes in here that I use as bookmarks to show how many times, because I'm sentimental like that. Twice, and I really enjoyed it both times. I flew through it both times, and I want to read it again. I think this is one of the only books that I found through Book Talk. No, not Book Talk. What's it? The thing on TikTok. TikTok, no, Book Talk. Book Talk? Did I say Book Talk the first time around, or did I say BookTube? Book Talk, whatever. One of the only books I found through Book Talk that I actually enjoyed and didn't think as a waste of my time. Hooray. Really, really enjoyed this. Really, really enjoyed this. So thank you, 2020 Book Talk. I also want to read this, which I bought a few months ago. It's right up my alley. Fabric, The Hidden History of the Material World. Really cool. I love this. I love books like that. And then, not Pride and Prejudice, maybe, but another one, because this is the complete collections of Jane Austen novels. So, you know, it's a hefty brick. As I've mentioned multiple times, I could read any other book from here. Sense and Sensibility, Mansfield Park, Emma, Northanger Abbey, Persuasion. If not Pride and Prejudice, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other to pick from. So, who knows? But yeah, for sure the priority is finishing this before I keep putting it off longer and longer and longer until I decide to just not read it anymore, which would suck because I actually do really enjoy this book. I also have books that I use to read out loud from to practice my speaking fluency. This is a tip I learned 2-3 years ago through TikTok actually, and it has helped. So just read out loud from them. First of all, I have here Upstream, collection of essays by Mary Oliver, and I read this through the first time, entirety of it, and now I read essays from it out loud when I feel like practicing my speaking fluency, or when I just want to hear myself speak and have knowledge of what I'm actually saying to myself. Because as I've told you all, sometimes I say things and it doesn't register to me that I'm saying what I'm saying, and I'm like, that makes sense, and then I rewatch it, I'm like, yeah, that did make sense. Upstream, Mary Oliver. The Field Guide to Dumb Birds of the Whole Stupid World. I love birds. So cute. Love it. And then Lung Capacity Lung Capacity, which is a poetry collection I found through TikTok. This was a poet I used to follow on there, and I really liked what they posted. I will say this has a lot more romantic kind of poems than I was expecting. The ones on their page were more not romance and such, if that makes sense, but it's not bad. These aren't all the ones I do reading out loud with, but they are the ones I have right now with me. So yes, good stuff. Concerning my throat and nose, things are better. Considering the state of the world, I'm very, very worried. I'm very, very worried. It's like the crushing hopelessness of it all is bearing down on my shoulders, even though I know that no singular person can fix anything in the world, the planet, much less myself. But I can't help but worry. And I don't talk about it around here because I worry about a lot of things. I panic about a lot of things, almost always internally, mentally. And I am my own primary audience, target audience, I suppose. So if I'm constantly thinking about this, and if I'm constantly rewatching my videos and hearing myself talking about it, it's going to create an echo chamber. And I don't need that. And I know that's a privilege. I'm not going to try and justify it. That's just for my own sanity. It is what it is. But I don't know, I'm very worried about the state of the world. really, really, really worried and nervous. And I try to be happy. I try to be happy. I'm trying to just live my life, but at the same time, I'm like, how can I live my life when there are so many things to worry about? How can I be happy when there are so many unhappy things going on? Which is, I know, not a good mindset to have. I know. But I also don't know how to work myself out of that mindset. There are just so many windows right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, 7. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can be normal. It looks so beautiful. I like this wavy looking shadow, reflection, sun throw, whatever it's called. This is so shiny. Okay, it's pretty late right now, but here are more books I want to talk about. Don't let me forget. Don't let me forget. Don't let me forget. I'll talk about them tomorrow, but it's your responsibility to not let me forget. My hair smells like car right now because I washed it last night. I didn't have enough time to let it air dry thoroughly, and then I picked up the scent of the car. Not even the fresh, clean, new car smell, just like a car smell. And this wafts into my nose every so often. It's just an annoying thing that happened to me. Yeah. I miss these guys. And I miss these guys, of course. These are really good. I had them all through university. They taste really good. And people say they're really crumbly. I haven't noticed that. They taste delicious. I love them. Still haven't finished rereading this. I started in October. It's my car reading book. I haven't had much of a chance. This is a very specific good feeling puzzle. It's 1,000 pieces, and I'm really tempted to get it. But I know this part is gonna be a nightmare to figure out, and so was the tree actually. But I love it. It's just, it makes me so nostalgic and warm. They only have the 5th, that's clearly 3. Okay, they have the 3rd volume only of Guardian by Priest, which is unfortunate. They do not have Shakespeare Was a Woman and Other Heresies. This went crazy in elementary school. Crazy. This is so 7th grade. This is a crazy book. I'm excited about the Salem game. I'm kind of dressed too warm. But it's okay.
To anything I just said, no. Stay out of the conversation.
I like it when they do that. They're like, look at these bows. This is Joe Kakao.
Another bird. 2 birds. Okay, let's talk books again. Firstly, this is How You Lose the Time War. I adore this book. I really, really love and enjoy this book, and I've read it 2 times, but I feel like it's one of those books that gets better the more you read it. Of course, I can't speak for the future rereads, but that's my feeling right now because I'm super, super, super excited to read it for the 3rd time and the 4th time and the 5th time and again and again and again and again and again and again. Sticky type the heck out of it, I'll tell you that. I know it's going to be a nightmare to go through and read it again because of these, because a bunch of them are kind of like overlapping sticky notes. But yeah, I love this book. Next is a poetry collection book, 1,000 Mornings, Mary Oliver. I now use this to read out loud. Just pick a poem, read it out loud, sit with it. Frankenstein, one of my all-time favorite books, and probably definitely my favorite classic. To be fair, I haven't read that many classics anyway, but this is my favorites, and this is also one of my all-time favorite books. I just really enjoy it. I love reading it. Can't wait to reread that. The Phantom Tollbooth, also one of my favorite all-time books. I've read this a bunch of times. Probably the one book I read, no, how do I say, whoa, my mind just blanked. Probably the book I have reread the most ever. I love this book. It's also one of those books that gets better with each reread, and this time for sure I can confirm it because I have read it more than twice, more than 3 times, more than 4 times. I've read it countless times, and I'm going to keep reading it countless times. I love The Phantom Tollbooth. Backyard Bird Chronicles is also a book I read out loud. Yeah, I love these little drawings. It's so cute, so adorable. Read it, practicing speaking. And then the books I got today that I'm really excited to read, actually. This one, Girl on Girl, How Pop Culture Turned a Generation of Women Against Each Other. I'm really excited to read this. Girl on Girl is a blistering indictment of the matrix of misogyny that undergirded the cultural production of the early 21st century and continues to shape our world today. Basically, self-explanatory. I'm really excited to read this. It sounds really interesting. And then this one is a collection of essays called Vesper Flights. And I'm really excited to read this. Like, oh my gosh, first of all, look at this cover. How beautiful is this cover? How stinking adorable, beautiful, awesome, wonderful, epic, wonderful, awesome, beautiful, gorgeous, amazing, awesome is this cover. I can't wait to read this. As a collect. Right, yeah. It's a collection of essays. I'm a sucker for a collection of essays. Helen Macdonald's most beloved essays, with new pieces on topics ranging from nostalgia for a vanishing countryside to the tribulations of farming ostriches. How is this so not me? I love reading these types of essays because it's the kind of writing I enjoy doing. I love exploring my own feelings and thoughts about nature and how I feel about certain things that are going on in nature, what we're doing to nature, what nature is doing to us, but mostly how much I love nature and I love observing it, even though I feel like an outsider, or I prefer to be an outsider observing, because otherwise I feel like I'm tainting the world somehow. Yeah, so stack of books I wanted to talk about. Priority for now for sure is Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and then I'm probably gonna move on to one of these. We shall see. But yeah, that is the end of this video. So if you watched this far, thank you so much. I really freaking appreciate you. But I'll see you all next time. Be kind, be smart, and stay safe, everyone. Bye.